Okay, now we're gonna finish it. We're gonna work some finishes on the mat. You know, again, your personal preference, your opponent's reaction. There's a lot of different things that'll go into it. But you know, focusing on what we can do to make sure we're effective, whether our opponent forces up to our feet or whether it goes in the mat. So now we're gonna get to a position where we're gonna finish on the mat. A lot of times, our mat finishes are gonna come off when our partner sprawls. Okay, but first we just go over the position, just get into the backside, and then actually get a little bit of reaction. So if I'm starting off with my leg attack, we'll go set up here off a 2-on-1. So we'll go traditional 2-on-1 to first start off with, right? Now I'm gonna drop my single. So again, remember we go here with the 2-on-1, we circle, make him step. As he goes, I'm gonna level change, get to this position. Remember, when I penetrate on my feet, or when I penetrate to my knees, I'm not gonna look to trap this arm as much, okay? So in this position, I don't really care if it gets out, but the thing I wanna focus on when I'm on the mat is my shoulder position, okay? So that's our set. We pull, drop, okay? Whether I trap his arm with my head doesn't matter as much. My shoulder position is really the key. So once I get to here, we're just gonna look at making sure I keep that shoulder position. This hand is gonna continue to wrap, and I'm gonna rotate and drop. As I rotate, I'm gonna drop my shoulder. Okay, keeping that shoulder position. If I stay in front, I'm gonna get extended. It's gonna put me in trouble. Okay, so I make sure I get to the side, drop that shoulder position. Now, typically, I like to be down low around the ankle, but off of my shot, with the way my opponent reacted, I was able to get that arm down. And that's fine. If my shoulder position is good, I'm gonna have a lot more options. So when I start finishing my single, big key for me is trying to get my forearm on the mat, especially if I'm above his knee. Right? If my arm is up here, then he's gonna be able to square up and square up and square up, and it's gonna make it miserable for me. So once I get that shoulder pressure, as I drive and get to that angle, I want to focus on forcing my elbow to the mat. Okay? Now from here, most of the work is done. Keeping that shoulder. As soon as I take pressure off, then he's grabbing a shin whizzer, he's squaring up with me, he's doing all these different things. So keeping that shoulder pressure makes a big deal. If I need to, I can post his hand on the mat, but usually I like to keep my hands locked. Driving, because what I do is as I drive, I can pull and drive my shoulder into his thigh, and that's going to help keep that pressure on. Then from here, I can release, double leg from behind, and finish. So you get this 2-on-1, right? Circle, make him step, drop. Okay. Once I get here, if this arm comes out, I don't worry about it. Focus on my shoulder position. Get to an angle, throw my hip to the side, adjust that shoulder, rotate this hand. This time I'm gonna keep my hand underneath his leg, or underneath his knee. Right? Now once I'm in here, I already beat the position on backside, so I don't have to worry about the rotation as much. I still keep pressure in with my feet, I'm driving my shoulder. Rotate, rotate, lift his leg at the ankle, pull his leg to my chest. This way. Give me the leg. Right? Once I get to this position, when I lift here, I'm going to pull this to my chest, so it makes it harder for him to kick away. And then I'm driving in, driving in, driving in, climb the leg, and then I get my score. Okay? So whether I'm above his knee or whether I'm below the knee, I still keep my shoulder pressure, keep that position strong. Okay? Now, sometimes when you take a shot, I don't get clear around him. I don't get around him as clear. You know, partner might sprawl and come over the top. Okay? If he sprawls, I still want to make an opportunity. I can try to build up and pop my head and do all that stuff, but really I'm going to look to be able to put him on his hip and take advantage of his position. So this time I'll do it off a baseball grip, right? So I go baseball grip, I go single, I attack here, okay? I let this go, he sprawls on me, right? As he goes to sprawl, I can build, try to get up, try to get to that backside. But what I want to try and do here, a different way to finish, is driving in. As he starts to circle up the square, I'm going to change direction on him, and I'm going to pop my head up and take him to his hip. Okay? So the rotation is I'm trying to get to the backside, he's sprawling up, or he's squaring up, and then I'm going to change direction, I'm going to rotate my shoulder, rotate my body, and pop my head. Okay? And then I'm going to collapse into his hip. That's going to set me up to get to a Turk position and some other ways to finish. So I go here, I'm on my single, he sprawls, and again, he's got heavy on me, right? I can build, get up to my feet, but right now I'm trying to get around to the backside. I drive, shoulder pressure, drive. As I'm driving, he's going to be trying to square up, right? When he does it, he rotates his knee as he squares up, and then I pop, my head. As I pop my head, my hands are gonna pull this arm through, and then I start to drive my body. Okay? Now from here, he's gonna be looking to scramble, try to get belly down. Okay? So once he's trying to get belly down, I keep this leg. Here, I step over and hook this leg. That's gonna help secure it. If he's trying to turn belly down from here, it makes it really easy to slide up, cover. I've got this position which is called turf, and I can get it. Okay? Sometimes he may slide this leg through, and I just need a takedown. But that's another easy way to make an adjustment. I still want to finish on the back side. Right? I want to finish on the mat here, so as he's sprawling, I'm trying to get around him, trying to get around him, trying to get around him. As he starts to sprawl up, trying to square up, right? I take advantage of his momentum, and I pull his legs through, I pop my head and I drive. Then right from here, straighten his leg out, hook, right, in this position here. Now I'm gonna look to cover. If I can keep his leg hooked, then it gives me an opportunity where I can get some exposure for the back. If not, then I'm just gonna hold it here. He gets his leg through if he's got space, he bellies down, and then I got that position. Now, third way we're looking to finish, if we get to that single, and you get these guys that really, they're overzealous, they want to try and go to the top and look to scramble and all that situation. So I get to my single, he doesn't sprawl right away, right? So I'm getting here, I'm trying to go to the backside, he's trying to go over the top, right? So he's going over the top here, right? Now we're in a position, well, okay, I got to be really careful because usually these guys are catching ankles, they're trying to scramble around here, okay? So if someone goes over the top, what I want to do is, I want to try to pop off one side and end up on a strong double. So I'm here, I got this. I don't want to split my hands too long because then he can arch and get out of this position. So I keep my hands locked. I'm going to do a quick pop, release, pop one leg off. And then once they're on that side, then I'm going to double him up, swing his leg through, put him on the mat. Even if he has my ankles at this situation, I feel pretty confident. To clear my ankles, what I'm doing is I'm going to run my butt to his face to stretch him out. Then from here, I can come back and step and hook both legs. When I hook both legs, it's going to be hard for me to get back and get exposure. So what I like to do to get back exposure here, I'm driving up. I'm going to pull his legs to my chest and step my knee underneath. Then I get back exposure. Okay. So again, if my partner goes over the top, a lot of things to do, but I might leave myself open to scrambling. This one takes the scramble opportunity away a little bit. So I'm trying to get to the back side. He goes over top looking for a scramble, coming up here. Okay? Don't worry about my ankles. Don't get caught up in here. Pop off the side, opposite of the hand that I'm hooking. Pop off the side, end up on a double, swing, and drive his hips to the mat. Okay? Again, I can just step over and secure my takedown, but I like to try and get some back points. Drive in, shoulder goes to his gut, drive in, step my knee underneath his legs. Now I get some exposure, and I can work up to look for a fall. So, those are a couple different ways to finish on the mat. Obviously, there's a whole lot of things that we can get to, but those are some of the things that I feel like are most effective when you get to a position against a tough opponent to be able to maximize your opportunity to score and finish your singles on the mat.